Hello guys, welcome to Hankins Custom Rifles and another episode of Hank's TV. Today we're going to talk about a part that I have made for the muzzleloader guys that has one of my ignition systems. This part was made to uniform all of the primer modules. When I make them on the CNC machine, I run each one of these into one of the breech plugs that I have in stock. Now, each one of these breech plugs, these plugs are made with a tapered pocket. That's why they seal better than anybody else's system out there. Everybody's using a straight wall plug, and you've got a module. There's a guy copying my modules. They look almost exactly like mine, except they're straight. There's no taper to them. So when you close them up, it's just a sleeve inside of a pocket. It doesn't give a complete seal. Mine are made on a taper, like a little miniature rifle case, rifle chamber. You look at a 308, it's on a taper. That way when it closes down, it'll help itself seal. The more pressure you push out on it, the tighter the seal gets. But anyway, no matter how hard you try to make these breech plugs, after making several hundreds of these things over the last 8 or 10 years, every time you set your machine up, your pocket can be off by a little bit. Now, I'm not saying it's off by much, but a thousandth or two can make the difference between whether or not the module that you had with your old plug will close up and seal correctly in the modules with the new plug. So I made this little tool right here so that I can uniform all of the modules as I'm making them. So when it comes out of the lathe, it goes into press while one's being made. Each one of these modules are formed, basically. So what this is it's just it's a bushing. It's a 7/8 14 thread on the outside, so you can screw it in any standard reloading press. And the inside threads is 5/8 18 or 9/16 24, depending on what plug you have as to which one of these bushings you would want to buy. Now, I never really thought that I would need to sell these to a customer, but I had a customer call me up and said, hey man, I want to size these bushings down like I'm sizing a rifle cartridge each time I fire them and bring them back to original specs. How can we do that? And I told him about this bushing that I had, and he said, well, if you make me one, I'll buy it. So I told him I'd make it. I made a bunch of them. So anybody else out there that wants to buy one, if you think it's a useful tool for you to have around, you might want to buy one of these things. Another advantage to having one is if you got two guns and you're using the modules in two different guns. You might want to size them. If they fit too tight in one gun, that's because your other one had 1,000 more headspace. It's just like a rifle cartridge. If you shoot 308s in your Walmart gun, and then you try to shoot that same 308 shell without full length sizing it into a custom made rifle, you can't even close the bolt. So what you do, it's pretty simple. Take your breech plug out of your gun that you're shooting, and you screw it into this little bushing that I made. It's just a threaded bushing inside and out. Screw it in there, and then you're going to screw it into the bottom of your reloading press. And I'm going to tell you to just screw everything together hand tight. That's all you need. You don't have to put a wrench on it. If you put a wrench on it, you can get them stuck in there or something. So the next thing you're going to do is take your brass module that you've shot, your primer's been knocked out, and you're going to put it in your ram. You'll bring your ram up, and it'll go into the breech plug. And when it bottoms out, you're done. You bring it back out. Now what you've done is you have sized this nipple to the exact shape of your breech plug that you're using in the gun. So let's say you got a bunch of these. You can have 25, you might have 100. And you just do it again. Take your next one, do it again. And you don't have to put a whole lot of pressure on it, because you can see right there when the ram is bottomed out, that's as far in there as it's going to go. So now you're done. So that's just a quick little video of another tool that I've got that'll help simplify the life of some of you guys out there that's got muzzle loaders and multiple breech plugs and ignition modules. So for Ray, the guy that originally wanted me to make this little bushing, it's made, and I'll be getting you one in the mail coming to you within the next couple days. So that's pretty much it on this video, fellas. If you got any questions, give me a holler, send me an email, subscribe to my YouTube channel, give me that thumbs up. We'll see you next time.